So I want to welcome you to Chats and Chardonnay. And this is Stephanie Bowden, and I'm Mary Jo Warner. And we both got our little drinks. I got my coffee, well, with Bailey's in it. And Stephanie has her Chardonnay.
My Chardonnay glass with water in it at the moment. I'll fill it later.
Okay. So we're here to discuss building wealth, protecting legacies. And this is our first ever podcast. So don't judge, please. And I'm in New York. Stephanie, you want to tell them where you are?
I'm in the Great Pacific Northwest. I live in the state of Washington, so the uppermost left state, excluding Alaska. And it doesn't rain every day here, spoiler alert.
Oh, not like what Twilight said it was?
No. Well, you can go over there. It's foggy over there, but it doesn't rain every day.
Doesn't rain. All right. So today, our first episode is going to be why life insurance isn't just for the elderly. So why do you think, Stephanie, that life insurance isn't just for the elderly?
No, that is a great question. And I have like 50 bazillion answers, but the one that comes to my mind is over the years at work, they always say that you're covered with life insurance. They have a life insurance policy for you. The company pays for this basic policy. You can add a little extra to get more coverage. So many times your salary, 2 or 3 times your salary. And I've always done that. And then when I changed jobs, I have this moment of, I'm just going to say, anxiety close to sheer panic. Because what occurs to me when I change jobs is I don't have any life insurance. So what happens if I pass away and I'm between jobs? I have kids, so now they're a little bit older, college, that type of thing. But when they were younger, if it had been my husband that was the one surviving that had to provide for them and take care of them and pay for childcare and all those things, we relied on my salary to help the household. So he would have had to do it all on his own. And if I only had a term life insurance policy, what would he do? Mm-hmm. And now, as we get a little older, I like to think of myself as a little spicy, but
you are spicy.
But now we've bought property, we're developing it into a homestead, super excited. But did I mention that we bought property, which means that we owe money to the bank? We didn't pay for everything outright in cash. So if something happens to me now, he still needs to be able to pay off our homestead.
Right.
And I'm not independently wealthy. So how would he do that if I didn't have life insurance?
Right. And the reality is that life insurance is different fragments. I mean, it has so many other benefits. It can have a living benefit if you get ill. It can have of course, the death benefit, but it also can have a growth that can help you retire. And people don't know about that stuff. And
you mean that have the cash value that accumulates? Yeah. Is that what you're talking about?
Right.
Yeah.
And then with us is when we were younger, did we get taught any of this? No, neither did I. I mean, my parents were middle class. They owned a pizza shop, they had 7 kids. I'm the youngest of 7. We were just taught, put the money in the bank. You work hard. That's what my parents said. Always work hard. I mean, I've been working since I was a child, basically. I remember going to my parents' little deli and, helping people with their penny candy and, and it was fun. To me, it was fun at that age, but I've been really working, my entire life at some point, doing something, earning money, doing something, mowing lawns, doing something like that. So, but no one ever taught us the fundamentals of what really happens with money, how to make your money work for you.
Right. And I remember hearing about the 401k and that you're supposed to put all your money in you put some money in the bank, but always put money into your 401k, max it out so that there's money for retirement. I didn't know that was in the stock market.
Yeah. Well, what happens when the stock market crashes? You lose your
Yeah.
money. Yeah.
Yeah.
Goes away.
You end up working at Walmart, the Walmart
Yeah.
greeter.
Yeah. I mean, and we're all taught this
Yeah.
instead of teaching us the fundamentals of what an IUL is, or what an annuity is, or what a Roth is, or even working with the stock markets, because you should always diversify. You shouldn't put all your eggs in one basket. And I always tell my own kids that,
Yeah.
now at my age, I'm almost 60. I'm just about to turn 60. And do I have enough to retire on? No, I don't.
That's stressful.
And it's stressful. I'm pushing 60 and I don't have enough. And when I'm 80, do I have to rely on my children to take care of me? I don't want that for my kids. They shouldn't have to do that.
Right.
And this
Yeah.
is the reality. And this is why we became who we became now, because we're learning. And we have
Yes.
an ability with the business that we're in now to get residual income for the future, but also to help others, educate them. I want people to understand that you got to have your money work for you. I want people not to be in our predicament. And that is where we're both at. I feel you're the same. You have this thinking behind it. So don't I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, I've been a registered nurse for 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
I've been laid off as a registered nurse 4 times.
Oh, that's
Laid
hard.
off, meaning, what did I say earlier? That insurance policy that I thought I had, I don't have it. In what we're learning and what we're doing and how we're helping people, it fulfills that part of me, that need to help people, right? As I became a nurse because I wanted to help people. And
Yep.
one of the things that I really love about what we do is people that we help, we don't charge a dime.
Yep.
It's
We don't.
complimentary. We only get paid if we help them find a solution that fits their unique situation. We get paid by the company that we bring to. And we work
Yep.
with multiple Fortune 500 companies. And so as a nurse, the nurse in me, I love it because I get to teach and help. And I don't have to say, okay, now write me a check, or, put your card on my little square thingy because I don't charge anything. It's
Yep.
100% complimentary.
Mm-hmm. And I've learned over the past couple of years so much. Learned
Yeah.
from this business, and I'm so grateful. And
Yes.
I'm very grateful for, Eula Rammer, and she brought us both into this business, and the education and just, she's just a phenomenal woman, that, and what we've learned from her, what we've learned from others. And that's why we want to teach what we've learned and put it out there. And
Yes.
let people know you're not alone. We were in that position that you might be in now. And
Yes.
it's scary. It can be very scary,
Yes. Agreed.
So what do we think about, let's see, our next segment, what we want to put out there for our people?
It's a really good question. Would love to hear feedback from people on what they would like to hear. So that's always good if we can get some
know.
response. Somebody tell us what you want to hear. But maybe we could talk about the 401k crisis.
Yes, that would be
That's it.
great.
Yeah,
That would be great.
because so many people have lost so much money in their 401ks and don't understand how they work. So that's the other side of it. So we think we could definitely talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, that's great. I'd like to do that too. I think we should who do you want to bring on as a first guest though? That would be great. I would like to see a new guest come on with us.
There's so many experts out there.
I mean, do you want to ask Terrence any taxes that he could?
That's who was coming to mind was
Yeah.
to see if we could get Terrence to join us for a few minutes.
I mean, He's going to come on with the two ladies though.
We'll have to put him in the middle,
Okay.
right? So that he's
Yeah.
surrounded by love, right? So we
Yeah.
can kind of put our, yeah. Because, oh, and even better, he's in the middle of the US. So you're on the East Coast, I'm on the West Coast, and he's in the middle. So that's perfect.
Oh, it is perfect. I can't believe we thought of that.
Just
But
put
the
us
tax
together and you never
advantages
know
that he
what.
can teach us,
That's
or teach
right.
our viewers. Yeah, that's going to be great, you know. But I do
Yeah.
want to go with, before we leave here today, is a little bit about us, where I came from. You talked about you were a nurse. I came from 24 years of daycare services. I ran a daycare business.
And you're
And
still sane.
yes, I know. I still have hair too. It's really rare. I thought for my 24 years, and I loved the kids I watched. And I used to say I had the best job in the world because I get to play with kids all day long. I get to play kickball and teach them how to play catch with a flag and do Easter egg hunts. And that was a joy to me. But then there was a downside of it, that I was in the house and I didn't get to get out and get to meet people as much and everything. But you don't have benefits when you're a daycare provider and self-employed. As a small business owner, you don't have anything like that. If you don't work, you don't get paid. You don't have 401ks. You don't have, you have to save for yourself. And during that whole time of me being a daycare provider and taking care of my children, and I went through a divorce and so life happens and you're learning, and your finances are very important during this time, and you're stressed about everything else. And then what do you do?
Yeah.
So these are things that we can teach our viewers, that even if you're going through a divorce, how to keep your finances, in order, how to keep things going, even though you're going through a rough patch. And that is something else.
Yeah. You know what we should put on our radar too for one of our segments is we can actually help business owners. So it's not just for individuals and families.
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll do the 401k thing and we'll invite Terrence, and then we can
an exit plan. You
Yeah.
got it, girlfriend, right there.
Well, and even we can offer benefits to their employees. So a small business doesn't have benefits at all, right? So we can help put together a package for business owners as well. Oh, I'm so excited.
I know we can do so much for people, and I can't wait to get this going. And as a closer, I want to thank everyone for watching us in our first ever podcast. It was scary. I'm going to tell you right now, we were scared. But I hope we did okay. And we both want to hear your feedback, because it shouldn't be scary. And I'm sure our next one will be easier and easier, and, have people talking to us while we're on. It's going to be even better.
Yes. But be gentle with your feedback. We are human.
Yes. We want positive feedback, not all negative, please. I'm old.
Oh, well, Mary Jo, it was great to spend a few minutes with you today. I wish I could spend time with you every single day. You're fabulous to talk to. So thank you for your time today.
Back at you. I loved being with you tonight. And I hope that next week is even going to be better. I know it will.
Absolutely.
All right, sweetheart. I will talk to you soon, and I will talk to everybody else out there very soon as well. See you again soon.
Bye.
Bye.